Will I ever tell somebody they won't fall pregnant? No. Is it because I'm lying? No. I actually only look at set timeframes, and for trying to conceive, I only look at a 2-year timeframe. This means that I generally don't look any further ahead than 2 years, but if I don't see it within that timeframe, yes, I will let you know that. I am a strong believer that our paths can change, so if I don't see it within 2 years, I will offer to draw a guidance card to see if there's anything you can do differently. And that's why I would never tell somebody they were never going to fall pregnant. Can I predict conception for a same-sex couple? Yes, I can. I've had a lot of customers come to me that have been in same-sex relationships looking to find out when they are going to conceive. There's been many different stories: IUI, IVF, embryo adoption, a same-sex couple who are both actively trying to conceive with donor sperm and wanted to know if they would fall pregnant. In that case, I did give them a month of conception. I also felt who was going to fall pregnant. I asked them if they wanted to know, and they didn't, as expected. Lo and behold, a few months later, they got back in touch with me to let me know it had came to be with this lovely message. So yes, I can predict conception and pregnancy for someone who is in the same-sex relationship. I never get a reading that says no babies in the future at all. The reason for this is I actually only look at a 2-year time frame. That's the furthest ahead I will look for somebody who is trying to conceive. I might not see it in that time frame, and I will advise the client of this and offer to draw a guidance card, but I don't look any further ahead than this because I do believe our paths can change, so I would never tell somebody that they would never have children. Can I predict for people going through IVF? I'm going to share one of my favourite stories. I had a lovely lady that I read for back over 2018 and 2019, and I have read for her more often since, but I predicted April of 2019 for her. She was going through IVF, and I still have the messages that she sent me during that time. This is one of the messages that she sent me when she knew that April was going to be happening with a transfer, and all this information here saying that she didn't even know that the transfer was going to be in April, but I'd been calling it for her for so long. I'll just give you a minute just to read through that. But yeah, pretty much just confirming once the transfer had been given the go-ahead that it was lining up with the predictions that I gave. She then gave me a quick update just before she was due to get her transfer back on the 20th of April 2019 and just let me know that she would keep me posted. 27th of April, she gets in touch to let me know that it was right. But she did want to keep me updated through the journey because she had unfortunately suffered quite a few losses before this. So she was so kind and kept me updated pretty much the whole pregnancy journey. Now, she had a lot of anxiety around the pregnancy just because she obviously had suffered losses before, but she shared this with me in early May of 2019 just to let me know she was scheduled for an ultrasound, and this was so far the furthest that she had ever made it in a pregnancy. And this just shows how involved I like to be with my clients. I like to try and stay in contact with people throughout the journey. She got in touch with me in September of 2019 to also let me know that I had predicted pregnancy-induced carpal tunnel for her in the later parts of her pregnancy, and she wanted to get in touch to let me know that she was now having those symptoms. And lastly, she got in touch with me in late 2019 to let me know that her rainbow had made his appearance. I've left some of the photo in, but obviously took out all identifying details, and I just cut the little last bit of that message off because she did mention his name, which I'm obviously not going to share publicly. She has reviewed me publicly a lot of times on Facebook, but whenever I share anything on my social medias, I do prefer to keep it anonymous, unless they specifically get in touch to let me know that they would like to be named. But yeah, this was one of my favourite ever success stories. All the way back in 2019 it happened. She was going through IVF. She was such a lovely woman. I've read for her quite a few times since then. But yeah, just do keep in mind, I'm not right 100% of the time. The same accuracy rates apply regardless of the situation in most cases. But I did want to share because you asked obviously if it would work with IVF, and from my experience I do still have a high accuracy with that.